Okay, everybody. Next problem. So now let's go to item number 45. Here we go. Are you ready? Let's go. So in item number 45, it says here, it's a grade 11 class problem. Yay! It pertains to my school. Thank the Lord. All right. Welcome back, Sir Erwin. Thank the Lord. We're now back here. Are you ready to get to work, Sir Erwin? O, sige na, Rafi. Tuloy mo. Okay, Sir Erwin. Are you ready? Let's go. So, this is our grade 11 class who's taking stats and probs. Kasama rin ako. Now, for letter A. During stats and probs period, after Sir Erwin discusses a topic, 7 students ask him and he wants to answer 5 questions that are asked by ABM students. What is the probability for it to be done? Ayan, this one is a binomial experiment. Nalo mo talaga yung formula sa binomial experiment, diba? Ito yun. Ito yung formula. Sir Erwin, if you're listening to this right now, ito yun. Nalo mo ba yung N? N stands for the number of trials. R stands for attempt of successes that you want to get. And then Q stands for the probability of failure, while P stands for the probability of success. So therefore, we have to do this formula. NCR times the probability of success raised to the R power times the probability of failure raised to the N minus R power. Okay? So now here's how we're gonna do our topic. So here's how we're gonna do it. So, di ba remember the formula goes like this. 7 questions. So 7C5. Ganito kasi yung formula. 7C5 because di ba remember there are 7 questions that students will ask. And then 5 of them must be an ABM student. And then the probability of success, ano yung probability of success? Raised to the 5th power. And we want ABM students. So sino yung mga ABM students dito? It's Rose, Marie, and Paulo. So therefore, it's 3 out of 10. So therefore, it's 0.3 raised to the 5th power. And then 0.7 raised to the 2nd power. Dapat yung mga exponents, they should sum up to n. Tama? To ensure that they're correct. And then from there, we sum everything up. We product everything up. We multiply. And then we should get this answer of 0.0250047%. Tama? So if we were to do this, it would be like this. Yes, diba? And converting it to percent, you will get 2.5%. Tama? So tama, it's 2.5%. Multiplying this by 100, you should get that answer. Tama. Next, letter B. Sabi dito, same as letter A, but find the probability of answering at least 5 questions asked by assumed student. Ayan, this time naman, it's still the same just like what it did in letter A. Pero there are 7 questions that are being asked by students. Pero the questions need to be asked by human students. Pero this time, instead of exactly 5, it's more than 5. Kaya naman, what is the formula? You add up everything. And then at the same time, if ever, you can also formulate a probability distribution table. Tama? So ganito kasi yung mangyayari. Let's go to the problem. Let's go to the solution. So, di ba remember this is the one for letter B? Yung naka-green, that is, ano yun? For 5 questions that are being asked, di ba? By human students. So, that's 7C5. Di ba remember 7C5? 5 questions that are asked by 7 students, di ba? 5 of them are from the human student. So, how many human students are there? There are 4. Si Jake, ako, Ivan, and Ainer. Tama? So, that's 4 out of 10. So, 4 out of 10 raised to the 5th power. Or 0.4 raised to the 5th power. And then, yung pangalawa, the other strands, it's 0.6 raised to the 2nd power. And then, you product everything up to get that answer. The one in yellow, that stands for 6. And then, you apply the same formula as follows, diba? Notice the value of the exponent. They should add, diba? To 7. Tama? And then, you multiply everything up to get the product. And then, the last one is 7C7. Diba? And then, you product. And then, after that, what do? You add up all the probabilities together. Tama? So, ang ginawa ko dito, sinam ko lahat yung mga probabilities. And when I do that, I should come up with 9.63%. So, as I sum up with everything. Diba? So, tinype ko sum. And then, I add up all the probabilities here. you should get this answer. Tama? 9.63. Tama. Okay? So, yun yung sagot. Next, letter C. Same as letter A, but find the probability that a student whose role is Princess Daisy will ask on exactly the fourth question. That's very easy. You know why? Because that implies a geometric probability distribution table. Diba? So therefore, this is the one. Ang sabi ko dito, it's the same as letter A. There are 10 students, diba? In Humes. And they will ask questions. But exactly on the fourth question, a student whose role is Princess Daisy in Memorial Collection will answer. And in my case, there are two Princess Daisies there. It's Veronica Penpasillo. If you still remember her, shout out to you, Veronica. How are you, ma'am? And si Marie Havillo. They are two characters, two students whose role in Super Mario are Princess Daisy. Tama? Now, we need to do geometric probability distribution table. So, to do this, nala mo yung formula? The formula for probability for probability using, ano yun? What you call this? The n-1 formula. Ito yun, di ba? It's always, ano yun? The probability of failure raised to the x-1 power. Ang x stands for the specific trial that you want. And -1. And then multiply that by the probability of success. So, we know that there are 8 students whose roles in Super Mario are not Princess Daisy. And that's 8/10. So, therefore, ang formula kailangan naman gagawin ay ganito. So, 8/10 times 8/10 times 8/10 times the probability of success is 2/10. Tama? We can convert this to 8/10 raised to the third power, which is the same as 4 minus 1, and times 2/10. Tama? And when we multiply that together, we should get this answer. Ganito kasi yun. Yes. Ganito yung formula. So that's raised to the third power times 0.2, which gives us 10.24%. Now, for letter D. In this problem, in a multiple choice question in choice test question in science, that consists of 4 choices. Okay, Sir Jekris? Shout out to you, man. Musta na po, Sir Jekris? Ingat kayo dyan. I know naman you have lots of errands to do in other situations. Pero shout out to you po, Sir Jekris. We miss you talaga for being our science teacher in our school. So, yeah. Sir Jekris, ito yung question namin. Same as it's, ano yun? In a multiple choice test question, doon sa science, that has 4 choices, A, B, C, and D, find the probability that Ainer will score at least 6 out of the 10 items. Ayan! That one is very easy for you because that one implies a binomial experiment. And furthermore, this is the most popular example that they would give you in binomial experiment of probability. Mga multiple choice test questions. One of the answers is correct, but the rest of them are wrong. And you have to find the probability such that the students will guess these questions correctly. Ang sabi dito, he will get at least 6 out of 10 items correct because that is the passing score. So to do that, we need to compose a probability distribution table. So ganito kasi yun. Ito yung ginawa kong probability distribution table. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let the random variable x stand for the number of correct answers that Ainer will get. Tama? And up to 10. And then from there, the total. So ang kailangan namin ay from 6, 7, and so on. So to solve the probability of values, ito yung solution na ginawa ko. So remember the formula? The formula that looks like this, diba? Nasaan yung formula na yan? Ito yun. NCR times P raised to the R power times Q raised to the N minus R power. So therefore, 10C 0, if Ainer were to get 0, and then diba remember, the probability of success is 1/4 because there are 4 choices. 3 of them are wrong, 1 of them is correct. So 1/4 is the same as 0.25. And then 0.75 raised to the 10th power. And that's the answer, tama? If he were to get 1, notice the formula, di ba? Notice something in the formula. Yan, if he were to get 2 correct, this is how the formula will turn out. Pagkapag 3, yun nga. Tandaan mo yung mga formula sa ano yun, sa exponent, they should add up to your n. Okay? And furthermore, the probabilities of success and failure when summed up together, they should add up to 1. Tama? So that's how it's meant to be done. Okay? And then we start from 6 and so on. So we start from 6 and it goes like this. So we type the formula. 7. And then 8. And then 9. And then 10. And then from there, we sum up everything until we make 1. Kasi nga, remember, all the probabilities that we have in a probability distribution table must add up to 1. For if they are not equivalent to 1, it's automatically a fail. So, dapat kailangan maging 1 yun. But our probability must be from 6 to 10. So, how do we do that? Kailangan namin i-sum up yung probabilities na nasa 6 hanggang sa 10. So, this is what I did here. Yes, ito yung ginawa ko. And the probability should be 1.97%. Ang lit naman talaga yung probability na yan, Ainer. Unless you study hard, bro. So, yan. So, I typed the sum of this one. Ito yung ginawa ko. You wanna see it? Yun. Hinighlight ko yung cells na to from 6 to 10. The probability of values. And you should get this answer. Tama? Now, for letter E. For letter E, ang sabi ko dito, same as letter D. It's the same context as letter D. Kung saan si Ainer ay magsagot ng science question. Pero, ang tanong dyan, find the probability that, find the mean, variance, and standard deviation of the distribution table. So, to do that, it just so happens that implies application of binomial probability, of the literal probability distribution table that we've done before. Ngayon, you're gonna have to solve for the mean, the variance, and the standard deviation. Do you still remember the formula? The formula to solve for the mean is this. N times P to get the mean. Ito yun, di ba? And then, to get the variance, it's mean times Q, the probability of failure. And standard deviation, just take the square root of your variance. If you were to do it the literal way, you're gonna have to multiply x, the random variable x, times the corresponding probability, then sum everything up to get the mean. And then to get the variance, you will have to do the variance in 3 steps. Random variable x minus the mean, then square it, and then multiply it by the corresponding probability times x, and then sum everything up. So yan. Now let's get the answer. So ganito kasi yung solution sheet ko. Ito yun. So yung mean ay ginawa ko ay ganito. Pinada ko lahat. Notice what I've done here, di ba? I multiplied everything by the corresponding product. And then we sum everything up to get our mean. Now, if you are to try the alternative formula, it would be like this. N times P. 10 times 0.25, which stands for the probability of success. And you still get the same mean. Now, to get the variance, it's mean times the Q. Tama? It goes like this. 0.75 is the Q. Pero if you are to do the long cut, if you were to do the explanative method, it goes like this. So, yan yung formula ko. So, therefore, the random variable minus the mean, which is 2.5, and then you put parentheses first because you're gonna work that out first. And then you square it, and then you put another parenthesis. Then you multiply that with the corresponding probability. And you should get this answer. Diba? Then you work it out for the rest hanggang napunta kayo dito sa panghuli. And then you sum everything up to get the variance of 1.875. And then to get the standard deviation, madali lang yan. I-square root mo. Yun lang. Next, letter F. 4 students are asked to report about the LGBTQ issue. Find the probability that 2 students from STEM are reporting about it. Yan, that implies a hypergeometric probability distribution table. Pero, just like what I mentioned, ang hypergeometric probability distribution ay kaparehas ng combination formula sa probability. So, di ba remember, if 4 students are asked to report about an LGBTQ, find the probability that 2 students from STEM will report about it. So, di ba remember, there are 10 students in the population. So, if you're going to do the hypergeometric method, ito yun. Ang capital N, it stands for 10. Di ba? Ang lowercase n, we are choosing 4. Tapos, ang K namin ay 3. There are 3 students from STEM. Tapos, ang kailangan namin ay 2. Tama? Now, if we are to do the probability distribution table, di ba remember this, the formula as follows. It's K combine X. So, ang K ay 3. So, we 3 and then combine, what's the X? 2. Di ba? 3C2. Di ba? And then times, we have this one. N minus K. So, 10 minus 3. Diba? And then combine. And 4 minus 2. Diba? And then all divide by capital N, 10, combine 4. Diba? So your formula should look like this. And when we simplify the numbers, it would go like this. Diba? Remember, we have 3C2. Tama? 3 combination of 2. Tama? Times, we have 10 minus 3. 10 minus 3 is 7. So, 7 ang kailangan namin. So, 7, combine, 4 minus 2 is 2. Diba? And then, all divide by 10C4. Dapat ang n ay mag-sum. 3 plus 7 equals 10. 2 plus 2 equals 4. So, tama. It's just like combination probability. Diba? So, yan. So, therefore, there are 3 STEM students whom we need to get. So, 3C2, we're gonna get 2 STEM students out of the 3. And they are Kathleen, Veronica, and Mix Colinares. Diba? And then, 7C2, because there are 7 students who are not part of STEM. Okay? And these are formula. Yes, diba? So, ito yung solution na ginawa ko. Combine of 3C2, diba? Times, combine of 10 minus 3, which gives us 7, and then 4 minus 2. And then divide by the total 10C4. And we do this by multiplying the numbers. And then divide by the total. So, tama. Last but not least, letter G. The average number of errors that Veronica will get in an exam in calculus is 5. Find the probability that she will get less than 3 errors in the next exam. So, yan. This implies the application of Poisson probability distribution table. So, you know already what's Poisson. Kasi nga, diba, remember, there's an expected mean. An expected mean such that it's 5. Diba, remember, the expected number of errors that Veronica will get in a calculus exam is 5. So, Veronica, shout out to you. I do not know how you're doing in your calculus, ma'am. So, I hope you're doing great, my best friend. So, yeah. And then, find the probability that she will get less than 3 errors. Ibig sabihin, 3 and below. That means 0, 1, and 2. If we are to do this manually, you're gonna have to add up all the probabilities together. Na ano ba talaga yung formula sa Poisson probability distribution table? It goes like this, diba? The Euler times the negative lambda times lambda raised to the k power, all divided by the k factorial. Pero, if you're going to do this in Excel, para mas mabilis, you just type Poisson distribution, k, and then the second one is the mean, your expected mean. Tapos yung pangatlo, true or false. Kung true, yung mga numbers lower than the expected, than the x. Diba? Kung false, the exact number itself. So, ganito kasi yung formula. Ito yung ginawa ko. So, ito yung ginawa ko. Poisson distribution, let's say if x were 0, such that there are no errors that Veronica will get. Mean is 5, and then false, stagnant. If 1, it should be looking like this. And then if 2. And then from there, yun nga. So therefore, that will be the answer. Less than 3. Tapos, ang ginawa ko dito, sinam ko lahat. When I sum everything up, we should get 12.47%. So yun. Another way that you can do this is this one. You can still type the Poisson probability distribution table. Poisson. And then, you type the x. Diba remember the x? You want it less than. Kasi ang kailangan namin, less than 3. So, therefore, it's gonna be 3 minus 1. Bakit per bracket 3 minus 1? You will see why in just a moment. Tapos, ang mean namin ay 5. Tama? And then, the cumulative is true. Now, sir, you might be asking me, sir, bakit ang mean namin ay 3? 3 minus 1. Di ba normally ang mean dapat ay 3? Ganito kasi yun. Kasi nga ang sabi dito, the Poisson probability distribution for true is this. It returns for the cumulative Poisson probability distribution that the number of random events occurring will be between 0 and x inclusive. Ibig sabihin yung mga numbers na yan, such that the Poisson that they will give us in probabilistic values, they are such that the random variable is in between 0 and up to the x number where you stop at. Like for example, kung yung x namin ay 3. Therefore, it's up to 3. Pero sabi dito, inclusive. Ibig sabihin, included ang 3. So, kailangan namin i-deduct ng 1 dahil hindi kailangan namin yung 3. So, therefore, we do this, we should get the same answer. So, yan. Do you think we got the same answer of 12.645%? Yes, we did. And if we were to do this, tama, it's the same answer. Alright? So, now we're done with item number 45. Now, let's go to item number 46. Are you ready? Okay. Now, let's go to item number... Ano na, Kuya Lou? Bakit nandito ka? Well, you've made the right choice because the next question that we're gonna do today is item number 46. So, if you're ready, you're gonna play my game of The Wall Philippines! Hamunin kita. Let's go. Time na, Kuya Bills. Maglaro tayo ng The Wall Philippines. Mga swabe kayo. Op. Hindi lang tayo dyan. Maglayo ka ng The Wall. Mabawi ka ng pera. Magsusugal ka ng pera. Kung matalo ka ng pera, mag-iyak. Kung manalo ka ng pera, mananidi. Magsigaw na. Dito na lang sa The Wall Philippines. Okay, let's go to the first question. So, okay, first question. Let me read the questions for you, and your job is to solve it. If you get the answer correctly, we're gonna drop the ball just for you so you can win a prize. Are you ready? Yes, Kuya Bills. Okay, question A. In one question in a free-fall round, find the probability that one of the balls will land on a K-value score. Okay, so here's how we demonstrate the probability. You know, in the free-fall round, there are 15 money beans. Alright? Here's the layout of the free-fall round. In the free-fall round, we have 25K found in the center of the distribution. So yan, this is the layout of the free-fall round. So we have 1, 100. So therefore, we have K values there. That's right, everybody. This is the layout of the free-fall round. We have 1, 5K, 100, 20K, 10, 10K, 1, 25K, 1, 10K, 10, 100, 20K, 100, 5K, and 1. So in the free-fall round, the question is, find the probability that one of the balls will land on a K-value score. Good luck. Okay, for this one, this implies a binomial experiment. Because look, di ba remember this is the money beans. So alam nyo mga what you call this the money beans na may kasamang K. Ito yun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 out of 15 money beans contain the K values. Tama? And then, because there are 3 balls because in a free fall round, there are 3 balls that will fall. That's right, everybody. In a gameplay of free fall round, you need to get the question correctly. There, I will ask you the question, and 3 of the balls will fall down as you press A or B. You can either choose A or B depending on what the correct answer is. Make sure you press your answer, lock in your answer before any of these balls will land into the money bins. For if you were the late one, if you press it later than any of the balls had fallen, we will consider that wrong. Okay? So, kailangan ang matalino at madiskarte sa laro sa hamon ng The Wall Philippines. Yes, Kuya Bills. And that's why nga, there are 3 balls that falls. And ang kailangan namin ay at least one of the balls will fall in the K value. So, ganito kasi yung solution sheet ko. So, here's my solution. Ganito kasi yun. First, ito yung ginawa ko. So, this is for 0 and this for 1. Ang kailangan namin yung isa. So, therefore, this is what I did here. Remember the formula? The product of combination of 3C1. Tama? And then, 7 over 15 raised to the first power because those are the K values. And 8 over 15 raised to the second power dahil because those are the ones with failures. Diba? So, dapat 2 of these balls must land on not in a K value. And therefore, the answer is 39.8%. So, yun yung sagot. If I were to do this, this will be the same thing din. Tama? So, the answer is 39.82%. Yun, di ba? That's letter A. Now, for letter B, Kuya Bills, read the question. You got the question right. Your answer is correct! Tayo na, hama na sa the wall. Mamaya na, Kuya Bills, magtanong pa. Oh, let's go to question B. Same as letter A, but find the probability that at least 2 or more balls will fall on the K value. Exactly, Kuya Bills, because in this question, ang sabi ko dito, it's the same as letter A such that we are under a free fall round. Diba, remember, 3 balls will fall. But ang kailangan namin na 2 or more balls na mahulog. So that's when we still need to use the probability distribution table that I've composed here. Ito yun. So kailangan namin ay, ito yung formula. And then this one. And then, diba, remember, I also worked on 0. And then I added up to get the probability values equal to 1. Pero ang kailangan namin ay yung 2 at 3. So ang ginawa ko dito, sinam ko yung dalawang, yung dalawang values. And that is equivalent to 45%. So H248 plus I248, that is the answer. So yan. Yan. So ito yung ginawa ko. 44.9% is correct! Drop the balls! Later, Kuya Bills. Next question, letter C. It says here, ready, Kuya Bills? Okay. Same as letter A. But what is the mean and the variance? That's very easy. Because to solve for the mean, we already know the mean for in shortcut is always n times p, just like what I've done here. So, do you remember there, the 3 is the n because it stands for the number of balls that will fall. And 7/15 stands for the probability of success. And then we get this answer of 1.4. For the variance, it's mean times the q. So it's this answer times 8/15. And to get the standard deviation, just take the square root. Pero if I were to do the long cut, it will go like this. Ito yun. So ang ginawa ko dito, pinadag ko lahat, and then I should come up with this answer. When I add up everything up, there should be 1.4 as the mean. And then to get the variance, ang ginawa ko ay ganito. The random variable of the cell that I want, minus the mean, which is 1.4, log in with parentheses, and then raise it to square, log in with parentheses again because we're following PEMDAS rule, and then multiply it by the corresponding probability, and then we work on the rest. Sum everything up, and tama, we should get this answer. And okay, Kuya Bills, the mean is 1.4, and the variance is 0.746666 and a bunch of 6s. Your answer is correct! Woo! Drop the ball! Drop the balls! Yay, Kuya Bills! At least we got some money now. That's good. I think you're enjoying the game now of the wall. Dahil sa katalina mo, pwede ka mapagusmutan sa wall. Pero hindi yan magtatapos. Dahil dyan, meron tayong maraming katanguan. Ready ka na ba? Ready! Okay, next question. The next question is right here. In letter D, in the second round, find the probability that the player will get a wrong answer on the last question. So as you can see, in the second round, we give the player in the isolation room 3 questions. And there are 3 possible choices that the player must choose. Now, sometimes, the player in the isolation room might kind of guess the question out randomly such that she can't even get the answer right. So therefore, she just guessed and say, oh my gosh, Lord, can you please help me? But then from there I say, wall! Tama ba siya? And that's how the game goes, everyone. Sometimes you might get the right answer, sometimes she gets the wrong answer, but matiwala ka sa the wall. If you have trust in that person in the isolation room, and if you're in the isolation room, have trust in the answers. That's the secret of the game. And don't worry. At the end of the game, it's either you tear the contract or sign the contract. Kung alin yung diskarte, yun yung mangyayari. Okay? Now let's get back to the question. So it says here in the second round, find the probability that the probability will get a wrong question, wrong answer on the last question. So therefore, this is, ano yun? This is a geometric probability distribution. Diba? Because, diba, remember, dito sa tanong nito, the person needs to get the right answer in question number 1 and 2. So, diba, remember, dito sa question 1, Tama. Di ba remember there are 3 choices, di ba? So, 2 over 3. 2 over 3 are the ano yun? 1 over 3 is the correct answer, di ba? Tapos, 1 over 3 dito sa second. Tapos yung pangatlo, 2 over 3, which is the wrong question. So therefore, it's 1/3 squared times 2/3. And this will give me 1/9 times 2/3, which gives me 2 over 27. Let's see if the answer is right. So as you can see, this is how we're gonna get the idea. Yes, and that's gonna be 1/3 raised to the second power times 2/3. And therefore, the answer is 0.4.1%. That is the answer in letter D. Are you sure? And your answer is correct! Wall. Tama ba siya? Yay! Win yung wall! Drop the balls! Yes, and the answer is correct because 1/3 is the probability of success. Success. You want to get you want to get the right answer. Pero kailangan namin yung maling sagot. So therefore, 2 over 3 possible choices are wrong. So therefore, if you get the wrong answer in the third question, that is 7.41%. Hanep! Okie dokie then. Next question. Letter E. Take it away, Kuya Bills. Find the probability that the green balls will land in 100K or greater than 4 times if the entire game in the second round, if the player used a double up but not a triple up. Oh yeah, forgot to mention in the game of the wall, sometimes the person in the isolate, it's your choice if you want to double up or triple up. If you want to double up, that means to say that you want to get 2 balls in the second question. Meron kang chance na pwede kayo mag-double up o triple up. So, ang double up, ibig sabihin, 2 bola sa isang tanong. Kapag triple up, 3 balls sa isang tanong. Kaya ang highest potential doon, kapag lahat ay nahulog yung mga bola, ay pwede magkaroon ka ng 1 million pesos. Yay! Pew! Kailangan namin yung mga tao yun para support sa charity na yan. Okay, so that's letter E. Find the probability that the green balls will land in 100K or greater. Ayan, di ba remember sa second round, ito yung layout. So the layout of the second round goes like this. I'll show you. Okay, so here's the outlet of the second round. So ang kailangan namin yung player ay yung green balls ay maglaland sa 100K or greater. So 100K is right here. And greater is 125K and 250K. Those are the values that are greater than the 100K. So there are 3 out of 100 possible outcomes. 3 out of 15, or which is the same as 1/5. That is the probability of success. Pero it says 4 times. Kasi nga 4 times, diba remember 4 times in the second round. If the player uses a double up but not a triple up. So therefore, in the second round, we have, 2 green balls that falls, and then we have, in the first question, 1 ball. Second question, since nag-double up, 2 balls. Tapos, triple up, hindi siya nagumamit ng triple up, 1 ball, so 6. So, 64. So, 64. Ganito kasi yung formula. Ang formula dito ay 64 because out of the 6 green balls, the player wants to get a value that's higher than 100K. Kaya gusto namin lahat yung mga tao yan. Gusto nila magkaroon ng maraming pera. Yes, 3 over 15 times raised to the 4th power times 12 over 15 raised to the square. And that is the solution. And therefore, the answer is 1.54%. If I were to show you my solution sheet, ito yun. Kasi nga, di ba yung sabi ko dito, it is, only up to 4. Di ba? So, yun. And the answer is correct. Pero dito sa letter F, it's still a connection to it. Yes. Same thing as letter E. Pero find the mean, the variance, and the standard deviation of the graph. Exactly. And that's when we have to do the probability distribution table. So ganito kasi yun. So to solve for the mean, we already know it's n times the probability of success, which is 0.02 or 3 over 15. 3 over 15 is same as 1 over 5, which is the same as 0.2. And then the variance is the mean times the probability of failure, which is 8 over 10. And 8 over 10 is the same as 0.8, which is 0.96%. Yan, di ba? And then the standard deviation is to take the square root of your variance. Very easy. Now, if I were to do it the long cut way, ito yung formula na ginawa ko. Can you see what I'm doing? Yan, di ba? So, ang probability of combine 60, 0, 0.2 raised to the 0th power, and then this one. Yan, di ba? And then all the probabilities must add up to 1. If we get 1, we are correct. And then for the mean, we have to multiply x times the probability of x. Ganito siya. Diba? And then sum everything up to get the mean. And the mean is 1.2. And then to get the variance, we do this. This time, we have to put a dollar sign to lock. Diba? Kasi ang lock namin ay yung mean. Ito yun. The mean is right here. 1.2. And then raise it to the squared. Then multiply it by your corresponding probability. Then when you slide it together, of course, the dollar sign still implies. So that you can get the right answer. Then sum everything up to get the variance. Wall. Tama ba siya? Correct! Drop the balls! Very good, Kuya Bells. Oh, nasan babagsan yung bola? Saan babagsan yan? Saan babagsan yung mga bola? Dito, dot. One bola, tapos. Yay! Hanip! Galing mo talaga. Your total amount is now 225,000 pesos. Yay! Thank you, Kuya Bells. Now, that's the second question. Now, are you ready for the million round? Yes po! Ang million round! Sa pagbabalik ng The World Philippines!